Well, it's Bears-Packers week. It is here. I cannot believe it's towards the end of the year that we're waiting for Bears-Packers, but how about that, guys? We're ready to go. We're talking about two really good teams. We haven't been able to say that for a long time in this rivalry, so we're going to break it down. We're going to talk about it, some of the keys to it, and I think one of the biggest keys I want to break down is something that I wasn't necessarily looking for when I was looking at some of the stats. So I got my friends here to talk about it next on the Chicago Sports Podcast.
Let's go. Yo. Get up, nah, I ain't a quitter. Toss me the ball, I'm a really big hitter. Big picture, I'm a straight killer. Rising the song to the highest bidder. Got juice, got gas, I'ma move fast. New shoes, new tracks, like who's that? I'm new, come back, better than last. Yeah, it's a new me, never gonna look back. Never gonna look back. Cause damn, I was built to last. You move slow and I move fast. And that's facts.
Welcome into the Chicago Sports Podcast. So happy to have you guys along with us tonight on a Monday night, man. We are getting ready for Bears-Packers this week, and we can't thank you guys enough for watching. I'm Matt Cooper. I got my friend Trey Tunes here with us. Trey, what's going on, man? It's always good to see you.
Oh, yeah, it's good to be seen. Good to see you guys, too. We've been doing pretty good. It's always great when we're here on a Victory Monday.
So. I know, Victory Monday. It feels like so long ago. And DJ Anderson. DJ, it's good to see you, man. Good to have you on the show tonight.
Yeah, appreciate it. Good to see you guys. Hope you guys had a good weekend. I know as a Bears fan, we all enjoyed ours.
Oh, hell yeah, man. It was a great weekend to enjoy, man. It makes it that much sweeter when they play on a Friday afternoon like that. Wasn't it kind of weird, too, watching a game on a Friday afternoon? Like, I'm sitting there. Right. It's like later in the afternoon. Me and my girlfriend go out, and I'm like, man, it feels weird watching Friday on a football, but it felt pretty good.
Yeah, it was definitely awesome. We were at the Wind Creek Casino. Me and Trax and Jim Miller and Carl there for doing the watch party. So it was awesome. it was electric atmosphere, but by being a Friday, like the solo game by itself, that was kind of strange too. You're just used to those Thanksgiving slate of games and everything like that. It was definitely different.
Yeah. By the way, that was fun to watch. I kept watching the highlights of you guys' party at Wind Creek, man. I kept pulling it up on my phone when we were out, and I kept showing my girlfriend too. I'm like, man, we got to go back. We got to make a trip back to Chicago just to go to a watch party, man, because it looks so much fun. Like the second time I see you out there, man, for the watch party, it looked awesome. So,
oh yeah,
that was pretty cool, awesome. Man. So, just follow us along, man. There will be more watch parties coming. So, thank you guys. I see everybody in the chat already, man. People here in the chat here tonight. Thank you guys for watching. As you could like and subscribe on our YouTube page, man. Approaching 15,000 people right now, which is awesome. So thank you all so much, man, for making that happen. And we are here to talk about Bears and Packers, guys. Yeah. And this is going to be a pretty damn big game. Right now, the number one seed in the NFC, which is crazy to think. Packers right behind us, man. The Packers are right behind us, man. They only have 3 losses as well. So, guys, I think I was going to start too. First off, the game is flex. I know we kind of talked about this about a week ago, and we started hearing the rumors, but it's no longer an early part of the afternoon game. It's no longer a noon central game. It's now a 3:25 game. It's been flexed to a later time. But when I start looking at the first part of this is some of the injuries, guys. And I think for us as Bears fans, we look at our linebacker position is like, is this going to be the week? DJ, I'll start with you, man. Do you think this will be the week we get TJ Edwards back? Because with our linebackers not being healthy the last couple of weeks, I think Dennis Allen's done a fantastic job. But for a game like this, man, it'd be nice to at least have one of our healthy linebackers back.
Yeah, for sure. I think this week is the week. I think even if he's not all the way there, he's going to want to be there. This rivalry is just so big for us, and the spot we're in is huge. I think last week was a big game for us, but I feel like this game's even bigger. Being number one is nice, but we gotta keep that number one spot. And with the L playing the Packers, it'll bring us back down. So I think at least just getting one back would be big for us. And even though our backups have been playing really good and whatnot, I think we're going to really need him this week.
Yeah,
I agree, Trey. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm not going to say for sure that he is going to be back, but I'm hopeful for it. But I just think that I'm so confident in this Bears coaching staff that I know they're just going to do the right thing, whether he's ready or not. And if he's not going to be ready, I feel like they'll have somebody else definitely prepared to be in his place. Because if you look at the history of how they handled Jalen Johnson coming back and Gordon, they're kind of like on the pitch count a little bit. They're kind of like getting their feet wet over the last couple. You got to see how much they participate in practice. If TJ Edwards is a full going practice, at least by Thursday, I feel like he'll definitely be full participant, during the game.
And by the way, we'll get those reports coming out. Usually Wednesday is the first injury report we get out here to see who's been practicing. Well, it tells you who's limited, who's full participation. But you guys both said it. I mean, right off the bat, man, what the coaching staff has done with this team this year has just been unbelievable. What Dennis Allen has done from the start to putting his scheme together and putting the players in the right position, man, putting our linebackers, putting our secondary, our front seven, man. I just like the way that our coaches have been able to coach this team. And are we the best team in the NFC? How we're going to find out, man. I think that's the question, man. We're going to find out. We're going to play these games. We got some big games coming up, but guys, the big reason for this for me is what the coaching staff has done so far. Even with these, as we're talking about some of these injuries, I mean, we have not had our starting linebackers play dude, think of that. Our starting linebackers not playing the last couple of games would impact any team. And look what our team has done so far.
Right.
Yeah, Ben's completely changed the culture in that locker room. I think, and Dennis as well. I mean, I think, personally, you could just see from the videos, everyone's hyped in there. It's like a brotherhood in there. They're all happy to, fight for one another, and I think that shows on the field as well.
Right. Yeah. Just go off of the coaching staff, man. You can't say their praises enough. I mean, they've just been doing such an amazing job, and on all aspects of the game. From the O-line to all the position coaches, man, they've just been doing a great job, and the culture's definitely changed.
I can't watch that video enough, guys, with Ben Johnson with the shirt. I mean, did anybody else? Did you guys have to watch it a couple of times? I'm like, hold on a second, man. Is that our coach in the locker room with his shirt off, man? That dude's all jacked and just running around, dude. I'm like, is that our freaking coach? And I'm like, well, how could that be surprising, man? It's Ben Johnson. I mean, isn't that just cool to watch? I must have watched that thing about 15 times already.
All right. Yeah. When he did it, I remember him saying something about it like a few games, like right before the Ravens game, I believe, is when it was proposed to him to even do it, and he's like, "What do y'all want to see that for?" And we wound up losing that game to the Ravens, but they said anytime during the season, if he did it, he'll, the city would. I believe they're doing it tomorrow with the free hot dog thing again. So he said he's a man of the people, and so when you got a coach that's doing that, and we got a chance to, get the city free hot dogs and W's on top of that. I mean, how can you not love Ben Johnson?
Oh, dude, BJ, have you watched? How many times have you watched that, man? Just getting yourself pumped up.
Oh yeah, probably about 10 times. I mean, he's a shredded coach. Not gonna lie, he looked good. Yeah, man,
it makes me want to take my shirt off. No, I'm just kidding. But it gets you to feel up there, man. And it's just, man, it's just the energy this coach brings, man, is unbelievable, man. And we're all starting to feel it as Bears fans. Hey, I want to give a shout out to everybody in our chat, man. I see James Childress is in there right now. Big Drew's in there, man. What's up, Big Drew? It's always good to see you on here. Luis Claudio, man, I think he's put something where he's in the Dakotas right now, where it's 3 degrees, man. I don't envy you being in 3-degree weather. I'm sure you're all bundled up, man. I know I would be, man. that's freaking cold. Start off even December right now. But Rome number 1 fan is in the chat right now, so I see you in there. So thank you guys very much. Also, want to give a big shout out to our brand new sponsor of the show, Donzo's Card and Collectibles, Griffith, Indiana. You guys can check them out. Give them a call at 219-781-9012. So we're really, really happy to have them along with us. Donzo's Card and Collectibles, proud sponsor of the show. And you guys can like and subscribe on our YouTube page, man. Follow us along. We got shows popping up all the time. And I'll have some more shows popping up before the big game next Sunday against the Packers, which I said in the beginning of the show has been flexed now. That is 3:25 Central Time game times. So, guys, when I look at this game, I'm looking at the matchups and some of the key matchups. We have to start with the quarterbacks, man. And Caleb and Jordan Love going up against each other next week. And it's been, what's funny? Me and Trey were kind of talking about this before we got on the show today, on how similar their numbers are this year. I didn't realize like how similar like a lot of them are in the statistics when you go put them up next to each other. But it's been like roller coaster rides for both quarterbacks. I feel like Jordan Love had a stretch of games where he didn't play very well, and then last week he looked really good. And then I feel like the same thing with Caleb Williams, as much as he's made some of the big plays, and I'm very happy with the progress he's made so far. At the same time, I feel like over the last couple of weeks, he's missed some of those big throws at the same time, but he's still growing as a quarterback in the league, and that's going to happen. So, BJ, man, when you look at the quarterbacks, when you look at them back-to-back and next to each other, man, what are you looking for, and who do you think has advantage between Williams and Love?
Yeah, I mean, I think we ran the ball really well last week, so I would like to stick with that. However, Caleb is my guy. I've never been really sold on Jordan Love. He does have breakout games, but there are games where I'm just like, he's not, a franchise quarterback. However, Caleb is still young. He's younger than him, and I think that he shows that he can be that guy. However, Jordan Love is missing. He's been missing some of his star receivers. I do think Matthew Golden and Jaden Reed is supposed to be coming back. I'm not so totally sure if that's happening this week, but if they are back, he's going to have more options, and that'll be big for him. But Caleb's been solid for us. I think we do have that advantage. Our offensive line has been doing really well, besides penalties every now and then. But blocking-wise, I've seen improvement. So if they can give him, those 3+ seconds, I think he'll have that advantage against them.
Okay. That's a great point, sir, Trey. I agree with him, especially when he talks about the run game. The run game has been great and unbelievable last week with both of them.
Right. Oh, hands down. Yeah. So I'm going to try to be as unbiased as I possibly can here, because Jordan Love is definitely talented, and I got respect for his game. I think he makes big mistakes, though. I definitely trust Caleb to perform better down. Like if I had to pick one in the fourth quarter in particular, Caleb all the way. I mean, he's showing more poise and more resilience in the fourth quarter and at the end of games. And where Jordan Love just has a tendency to make, I've seen him do big, like this huge interceptions, big turnovers in the fourth quarter and stuff like that. I know their stats are pretty similar. I believe Caleb Williams has more weapons. Like they just need to, once they click, you haven't seen, I think you've seen the best of Jordan Love. Like you've seen him at his best already. And you haven't seen Caleb Williams at his best yet. So I still think, the ceiling for Caleb Williams is higher. And he not only has more weapons, you see that offensive line developing and getting better and better. Once this team really gels and gets, from their good to their better to their best, that's when you're really going to start to see things flow. And you'll see the Bears win games because of Caleb.
Mm-hmm. And those big plays you're talking about in the fourth quarter and making those comeback wins, man, Caleb is certainly learning how to win. And I think that's very encouraging for all of us Bears fans right now. You know what I think is going to be key for this two guys when you look at the Packers side of it? And BJ, you talked a little bit about it too, about the receivers and who they're going to get back because they got some receivers hurt right now. I think one of the keys for them is Christian Watson's back for them. And Christian Watson has been excellent since he's been back for the Packers. And he made some big catches last week, man. So I feel like those two have always had a pretty good rapport with each other. And I think having him back makes him a little bit more dynamic. I mean, last week, Love had 234 passing yards. He had 4 touchdown passes as well. His passer rating was at 124. And I think that was one of the best games I've seen him play all year. And I'm like, well, if that's the Jordan Love that's going to show up for the Packers, I feel like this could be tough. But I think Christian Watson's a big part of that. But I think the question is what Jordan Love are we going to get? Because there were some stretches here this year where he didn't look very good. He looked like the quarterback that they should, like the below average quarterback that I don't think that I was going to see from them. So I think that's going to be key, guys. And I think it's going to be our front seven as well. That's why I started off talking about the injuries is, are we going to be able to rush the passer? Are we going to be able to put some pressure on him? Because I think if we're able to do that, if Montez Sweat and we can get into that backfield and disrupt him a little bit, he's very vulnerable to turn that ball over.
Right. Yes.
Yeah. Just feeding off that. I think I want to I need to double check, but I think we only had like 2 or 3 tackles for loss last week and 0 sacks. And that
didn't have any sacks last week.
Yeah. Well, that'll be the game changer. I think this week, if we can get a couple of those, that'll be big for us.
Yeah, I believe even if we can just get some pressure, you might not get the sacks, but I mean, even if you just get in his face and rattle him a little bit, it'll make a big difference because we got a very opportunistic defense that, like, if you can just change the angle on how that ball is thrown, then you can create some turnovers. So as long as they get in his face, that'll be a game changer. You just can't let him sit back there and get too comfortable.
No, and I think that's when he's best, is when he does get too comfortable. Another guy to keep an eye on too was Josh Jacobs, who was hurt. He was hurt for the Packers for a while, but he played last week, and he looked pretty healthy to me, man. He looked pretty explosive. That's a guy kind of like Saquon Barkley, and I thought the Bears did a very good job against the Eagles and the way they played Saquon Barkley. But he's also, I talked about this last week in the show, I feel like Josh Jacobs is also one of those guys that has big explosive play in him. If you don't go ahead and make that tackle and he finds that play, man, that guy can make that explosive play happen.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Saquon had under 60 yards rushing, which is unbelievable. And going into that game, I said, if we're going to beat this team, we got to contain Saquon. And we did just that. Our defense looked outstanding. So I think if we can contain, Josh Jacobs will do the same. However, I do believe Jordan Love is a better passer than Jalen Hurts. So we'll have to, our DBs will have to step up as well.
All right.
And guys, something else I'm looking at and there's Trey. If you had did you have anything else you had? Sorry, I didn't mean to.
Oh no, I was gonna say, yeah, I do agree with Jordan Love is probably more accurate than Jalen Hurts was. I think Jalen Hurts had a really bad game. I don't know if this has the weather had something to do with it, with it being as windy, but he was definitely off target, more than I'm used to seeing him. I mean, I know he's not the perfect, or nobody's a perfect quarterback, but he really has some big misses as well. So yeah, you can't expect Jordan Love to make as many mistakes like that. I know it's going to be cold and windy in Green Bay this weekend, so we'll see if how much of the weather has an effect on them.
Yeah, I didn't check yet. I mean, this time of the year, I see everything in Chicago right now is getting snow and everything. Not just Chicago, but like up that way, and then the Northeast, man, there's like a massive snowstorm right now. You just don't know this time of the year what can happen or how it can happen. But in Green Bay, man, it could snow end of October all the way till like April, man.
Yeah. I have a weird feeling. I think the Packers are, after seeing what we just did to the Eagles on the run game, they're going to make Caleb beat them. So, it'll be interesting.
Well, that's the other thing I was looking at this, guys. You guys, we talked a lot about the offensive. I think this offensive line has played so good the last couple of weeks. I think it's been one of the better offensive lines in football, and I think that's a big reason why we're at where we're at right now, because not only are they winning their battles, they're punching. Dude, they punched the Eagles front seven in the mouth that game, man. I thought they did an excellent job, man. They won those trenches like way more than I ever thought on that team, because that Eagles team is known to have a great front seven, and I thought they dominated them in so many ways in that game. And I think that is going to be key for this game, because the Packers on the other end, they have a very good defense. They're the 4th-ranked defense in the NFL right now. 4th-ranked. They only give up, I thought I saw it earlier. Okay, they give up about 284 yards per game. And something that they've also improved on. Remember last year, guys, they couldn't get to the quarterback very well. And that was a big heel that was on them. They played pretty good defense, but they just couldn't get in the backfield. They got 24 sacks this year. Now, listen, Micah Parsons has got a lot to do with that. I was watching that game. I was watching that game against the Lions last week, like a lot of us, and he was wreaking havoc all throughout that game, man. So that guy has made everything you could say about a guy going to make a trade that's a game changer. That guy's a game changer. He has changed the way that team has played defense. So I think to what you guys are kind of saying, and you guys can all chime in here, but I really do believe, man, this offensive line, if they can go in there and win those trenches again, I think both of these running backs, the way they have played the last couple of weeks, I don't see why we couldn't go in there and continue to run the ball like we have been.
Right. Yeah, go ahead, DJ.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I agree with you, boss. I think if we do exactly what we did last week, there's no reason we don't win this football game. However, I think defense also needs to step up because it'll be a battle. But offensive line, like you said, they look like they're the best. I mean, we had both running backs, I think, go for over 120 yards. Like, I mean, it's just like, I mean, how do you lose a game like that? I mean, if we're rolling like that, it makes Caleb, game so much easier for him. It makes the play calling tougher for defense because it's like you think they're going to run, and then we did that play action and to commit for the end zone because we've been running all over them. So it's if our offensive line keeps it up, it's a no-brainer. I think we do the exact same thing we did to the Eagles.
Yeah, I totally agree with everything you just said. I feel like when the offensive line is rolling like that, I think they thrive off of that. It changed the whole attitude of all the team because they're all fired up. And you saw when they got the game ball, they was like, yeah, that's the way we want it. They're focused. I just love how this team is playing and how they're coming together and they're playing for each other. And who would ever thought the strength of the Bears would be the offensive line? I know they made some big moves and everything, but still, for them to finally come together and gel the way they're gelling and everything, and for Ozzie to step up and for what he was in training camp to what he is now, I mean, it's like night and day. And you hear Ben say that the game has started to slow down for him a little bit, and so now his technique is better, and it just showing just like that. It's crazy, and I just love the way they're playing, and I think that's how they're going to counter that defense Green Bay has. They have a great defense, and I will give them that. Micah Parsons is a beast, but the way you attack them is by knocking them down and running them over, being physical, just like we did with Philly. They have a great defensive line. They got some studs on that defensive line. So the way we treated them, nobody saw that coming except the Bears coaches. That's about it. Yeah.
So with that being said, and you bring up some really good points. So when we talk about the Packers defense, we talk about Micah Parsons. I brought his name up and how good he's been for them. The way to attack them and try to stop them is to run the ball. I believe, right, guys? Kind of what we're saying here is what you just said there, Trey. When we played the Eagles last week, is you got to run the ball against them and find those holes and find those ways to stop them. Because if we continue to throw the ball or try to throw the ball more than we run the ball, I don't know if that can be a winning formula for a game like this. Even though our offensive line has played great, they've done a very good job. But Micah Parsons is one of those guys like a Myles Garrett where you can chip him, you can block him. But he's going to be moved all over the field. They were doing it last week, man. You could see it. You could see the scheme. They had Mike. You don't know where he's going to come from. They were moving him everywhere, man. They put him everywhere last week. So BJ, so I think at the end of the day, I think that's what it is, man. But I think we got our two really good running backs, Swift and Monungai, man. Just run the ball down their throats.
Yep. I mean, if we do that, it'll be a good game for us. I was shocked how well Swift was running, through the holes and whatnot. They both look like the same running backs, which was crazy because I feel like Monungai's a power back. But Swift looked like one too. So yeah, if our offensive line keeps it up, do what they do and do the exact same thing, and our running backs do exactly the same thing, it'll be a good game for us.
You know what else, guys? What I love, I mean, we got all the threats down there. I love the way they've been going and spreading the ball out to Loveland, a touchdown to Komet, and then you see DJ Moore and his receptions. You know what else has been very effective is when Swift catches that screen pass out of the back. When he gets that screen pass and he's off, man, and we got that blocking and we got our receivers that know very good blockers, man. He is unstoppable. I love how they sprinkle that in. I love how they sprinkle in that we're going to pound the ball and then we're going to throw the ball downfield and then we're going to throw the screen pass to Swift because I don't think there's a better running back that can read those screen passes the way that Swift does it, man. And it's just unbelievable to watch him complete those passes and get down the field for those.
Right, they've been doing such a good job of setting up the screen. I mean, outside of it, I know they had an interception on one of them, but outside of that, you see how like Caleb's been really patient and letting the blocks get set up and just like kind of just trying to get it like place it right on the money. And you see like there's been no illegal like linemen down the field. Like they've been really very good on the penalties and stuff like that, staying in place, waiting until they catch the ball and then setting up a wall. Like it's been a thing of beauty. I mean, the creativity and the play calling, the way they've been disguising the run, you don't know what's coming. So it's almost like they're setting it up for the pass to be a threat. But they're still running, and you don't know what's coming, and it's so creative the way he's setting it up because, like, and I can't say enough good things about this offensive line, like I said earlier, but the way they're setting it up, the way the motion, like all the motion, like you see a lot of motion going on, and it's confusing the defense, and because they're like, okay, this the pass, and then it's another run. And then you like they'll run the ball like 5 times in a row. They keep jamming it down their throat, but it looks like a pass because you don't know what to expect. So as long as you can keep them confused and on their heels, you know, it's like the sky's the limit.
Yeah, I just saw a great comment that said we won because we controlled that clock, and I couldn't agree more. When I was watching that game, I was like, oh my gosh, the time of possession was insane. But you know what it is? Like we were marching, we were getting those first downs, and that's big. You know, I mean, you can't control the clock if you're not getting first downs.
Right.
No, that's a great point. To the guys in the chat too, thank you guys. Everybody in here, man. See Charlie, that's in there. He says, shout out Nation Wright, man, because he's been one of our MVPs of the team this year. Nation Wright, the way he has played this year, the way he's stepped in and his energy and what he brings to that defense, he fits right into that Dennis Allen defense, man. So I don't know where we would be at without him right now.
Right.
That was a crazy strip. That strip on that tush push. I was like,
oh my gosh.
They got it. I was like, they got it, of course. And then he put, I was like, oh,
right. Yeah, because you didn't know right away. It's like, okay, did they get there? And then like some Bears started pointing this way. I'm like, don't tease me like that. Then like, wait a minute.
You couldn't see it, man. You couldn't really. It was hard to see on TV at first, like because everybody's just piled up together. So it's like, man, where the hell? What's going on? And then all of a sudden, you see all the Bears players like pointing at their ball. I'm like, no, they didn't just take the ball away because of a tush push. And and sure enough, man, what the hell? That damn tush push, man. Now everybody's gonna be reading the Eagles and doing everything now to like try to disrupt that, man, and just say, hey, man, this is
right.
We're reading you guys, man. We got another one here too, man. Darius in the house, man. What's going on, Darius? Good to see you, dude. We got a CJ Gardner Johnson in here too from JC. Rylan 80 bringing him. Yeah, he's been another one of the MVPs, man. Some of these guys that they have picked up that you weren't expecting, man, that have really come in and played. They've done a hell of a job. So this is what usually makes a special season right now, guys, and why we're the number 1 seed in the NFC. The momentum we have right now. And I want to ask you guys about that in 1 second. To all you guys in the chat, thank you guys. Like and subscribe on our YouTube page, man. You guys can follow us along with all of our shows that pop up. We'll have another show coming up on Wednesday talking about the Bears and Packers. Do Bridges Scoreboard, man. We can't do these shows without Bridges Scoreboard, which is a great place to watch the games. You guys could check them out, bridgesscoreboard.com. And our brand new sponsor, Donzo's Card and Collectibles, Griffith, Indiana. You guys could check them out. Call them at 219-781-9012. Guys, number 1 seed. I don't know. So I guess I didn't realize it. I heard the rumors that there was a possibility of having that, but I was watching the Red Zone channel on Sunday, and I'm kind of falling asleep a little bit because some of those games were a little bit boring in the middle of it until the end of them. And then I kept hearing the broadcast saying if the Panthers win this game, the Bears could be the number 1 seed. I'm like, no, that's not possible. Is that true? And then I look again, and I'm like, well, okay, the Rams are going to somehow come out and beat the Panthers. The Rams are going to beat the Panthers. Then Matt Stafford fumbles the football. I'm like, the Panthers are going to freaking beat the Rams. And I'm like going crazy, man. I'm like, the Rams just lost to the Panthers, and they're now 9-3. Now, I'm not counting the Rams out. Listen, that's a Sean McVay team, man. They're a good team still. Any team that's well coached, I'm not counting them out. But to be the number one seed, the momentum going in right now, man, to have that on you, these players know it. They have that number one seed. I know it's game after game. You take one game at a time. But at the same time, you have to think in the back of your head right now, we're the number one seed in the league. We got to go out there and perform like that. So what type of momentum does that bring? BJ, what do you think of that, man? What type of momentum does that bring to this team going in to play the Packers this weekend?
Yeah, I mean, not only is it a rival game, they want to keep that number one seed. When was the last time you've heard the Chicago Bears be a number one seed? couldn't even tell you. So it means everything, to not only be the number one seed, but to win a game against your rival and keep that number one seed. I've been to one Packers game in my life, and that one Packers game was technically this year when we beat them. So it means a lot. Them to be 2-0 this year in 2025, meaning they won the last game of the season. So it means a lot, for the team, the culture, to play the rival, had that momentum going. You beat another top team in the NFC back to back. It would just get the ball rolling. So, they are the number one team, but they want to be the number one team by winning other top tier teams. So it means a lot, especially going down to the rest of our schedule.
All right.
What do you think, Trey?
Yeah, what the number one seed means, it might mean a little bit more to the fans than it does to the team in particular, because I know they still feel like they still feel like they haven't done anything yet. You got to have that mentality, like, look, we still got work to do. Like, we're not there yet. They haven't clinched a spot. They haven't won a division. So still, like, go in with that mindset, one game at a time. Let's go worry about going 1-0. And so as long as they keep that mentality, it's a nice, title to have. And yeah, but that's probably, better for us, so we can talk smack to, everybody else. But, the people on that team, as long as they can just stay focused and realize that there's still a goal to be had. It wasn't to be, number one at week 13. That's not what the goal was. So they're still trying to get there. So keep that same. They've been having it. They say it every week. So I believe, like I said, the coaching staff has really got this team in the right mindset going into each game. And I think that's probably an advantage too, to have, schematically and just mentally prepared.
Agree. No, well said. We got Caleb on here. As a Packer fan, this is most excited I've been for a Packer game in a long time. Darius says this Packer game is going to be huge. Then we got Luis Claudio on here. The Panthers give us more draft picks and now the number one seed. I'll say this, though. You know what? Slowly but surely, Bryce Young is starting to turn me a little bit, man. I thought this dude was washed. I thought he was a bust, man. But the way he's playing, man, he's starting to play some winning football. That Panthers team is. I don't think they're going to go in and win the Super Bowl this year, man. But they're kind of a sneaky good. Like, they got good coaches, some good players on that team. They're not that bad, man. So, as much as I think we fleeced him in that trade, the Young is starting to show up a little bit more. So I'll give him a little bit of credit with that.
Oh yeah, they beat the Packers and the Rams. So
don't remember that they beat the Packers. Yeah, that's a good point. They also beat the Packers. They had some big wins this year. So with that being said, I do think the Packers are playing some good football right now. This is going to be a great game. They're a good team. Listen, I think the Packers are a good team. This is in Green Bay. The atmosphere is going to be massive for that game on Sunday. I think there's going to be a lot of Bears fans up there, but those Packer fans, man, they're going to be going crazy there, man, for their home team. So predictions right now, guys. So I do shows on Wednesday night here on the Chicago Sports Podcast. That's where I normally make my predictions. So I'm going to hold off on my predictions until Wednesday. So I'm going to let you guys do your early predictions. BJ, I'm going to let you go first, man. When you look at this game on Sunday next week, what's your predictions for the game?
Yeah, I as a Bears fan, I got to say we win. I will never, ever in my life say the Packers will beat us. But in all honesty, the way we've been playing, I think we come out victorious. I think it'll be a little chilly. I'm not expecting a high-scoring game. I think it'll be like a 21 to like 17 dogfight kind of game. I think a lot of running will happen just because of the conditions. I think it's still going to be a little chilly. And, it's just a divisional game. So it'll be a neck and neck game. I think our defense shows up, hoping, our at least one of our linebackers comes back. But our DBs have been playing good. We're in a great spot where we're still deciding like who should be out there. So that's a good spot to be in, especially with the weapons they have. I think we definitely contain Jordan Love and he doesn't go off on us. However, I hope we do what we did to Saquon to Josh Jacobs. But yeah, I think it'll be a good game. I want to see Caleb Williams go off. Last game against the Eagles, I didn't really see much from him. He didn't really need to do much because our running was doing so good. But I think we'll come out victorious, and it'll be a dogfight, low-scoring game.
All right, man. BJ, you got you. The Bears winning, dogfight. Yeah, you're right. Divisional game. They usually are pretty close. Trey, I'm going to leave that up to you, man. What do you think?
All right. Yeah, I think it's going to be a close fight. But I think the Bears are going to, show that they're the better team. And just show the whole nation that we deserve to be where we are. And I think that we're gonna establish the run, and Caleb's gonna have show flashes and everything. And we just need the defense to step up and put some pressure on. As long as we can do that, I think we can pull this game out. It'll be a few scores, but not too high scoring, but something like around maybe 27-20 Bears.
27-20. All right, man. Both of you guys got the Bears. I'll give my predictions on Wednesday night when I come back here on the Chicago Sports Podcast. Being Big Drew, as we do every Wednesday night, getting ready for the game coming up against the Packers. So we'll talk about that. I'll give you guys my predictions. By the way, I just looked up the weather. As you guys were talking, I was looking at the weather for Green Bay this weekend. It is supposed to snow there on Friday. Sunday, sunny and high of 20. The lows in the single digits. Yeah, high of 20, but the lows in the single digits.
Yeah, high.
It's gonna be a cold one. It's gonna be a cold one.
The lows next weekend in Green Bay are 4 and 6 degrees. So I can't imagine it's going to be 20 for very long for the start of that game. Once that sun goes down, I got to imagine that's going to drop about 5 to 10 degrees.
Late afternoon game too, so there's not going to be too much sun out there. Yeah, it's not a noon game. It's a 3:25.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Once that sun goes down, man, I think 20 is going to be the start of the game, and probably for about the quarter, and that's it, man. It's not gonna, right. I don't think it's going to stay 20 very long.
Oh man. Better bundle up.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to watch, guys. So thank you guys watching the Chicago Sports Podcast. Like and subscribe our YouTube page, man. Follow us along. We got more shows coming up. I'll be back with you guys on Wednesday with Big Drew. We do have more shows popping up. You guys can check out our past shows too, and go to the YouTube page and check all that out. BJ, it's good to have you on the show tonight, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it. It was great talking to you guys and talking that Bears talk. It's one of the best weeks as a Bears fan because we get to show the world why we're the better team. And, it was great talking to you, and I'm so excited for this week to come.
And Trey, man, always good to see you too, man.
Oh, yeah, thanks, man. Thanks for having me. Of course, it's great to see you guys as well, especially when we're talking about dubs. So, I mean, it's always, like I said, it's always great to be here, especially on Victory Monday. And I'm just excited about this team and see where how far we can go.
Yeah, man, me too. We're all excited to see how far this can go, and we'll talk about it. Thank you guys for watching tonight. For DJ, good to have DJ out with us. For Trey, Matt Cooper, thank you guys for watching, and we will talk to you guys on Wednesday for the Chicago Sports Podcast.